So you have an S24 Ultra and you want to know a little bit about how to make the battery last a bit longer. You've come to the right place. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. In front of me is the S24 Ultra. Great phone, probably one of the best releases of 2024, even though it came out all the way in January. Now, after a year of using it, you might be wondering about the battery. You might be sort of now wanting to figure out how you can extend the life of this phone and extend the battery alongside it. Obviously, you're going to have 7 years of updates on this thing. You might want to use it for that entire time. So let's go through some of the settings that you can turn on and toggle with to extend the battery life of your phone. So first one I want to go through is in the settings of the phone here. You can go all the way down into device care. Now, obviously you can see a lot of things in here, right? To do with the battery, you might see battery. You might think that's the place you want to start, but it's not. First one you want to go through is performance profile. When you hit on this, there's two options here. You've got standard and you've got light. Now, standard, it will kind of balance everything. It'll give you the recommended sort of profile for power, performance, but also battery life alongside it. However, depending on how you use your phone, you might not need that much power. So the light option will kind of be your go. So it'll prioritize battery life and cooling, so keeping the processor cool and sort of not overloading it, and then give you sort of efficiency over processing speed. This can extend the life and usage of your battery, especially if you're someone who is not effectively a power user, but you like the camera and things like S Pen. This could be the profile that you want to use. Jumping out of that and back into the settings, tip number 2 is to do with always on display. Now, the simple thing will be to say, just turn always on display off. That could save you 5 to 10% just alone over the course of a day with that sort of toggled off. However, some people like always on display, especially as it's a feature that you sort of get marketed about. So in the display settings, or lock screen settings rather, you see always on display. Now, there's a few different options here that you can toggle. So I've got it currently set to always. However, if you think that that's going to chew too much of your battery, but you still want always on display on, there's a couple other ones that I recommend maybe turning on instead. You can start with tap to show. Tap to show is quite cool in that it will be off, but if you want to just quickly take a look, you tap on the screen and it brings it up. Not a bad option. However, there is still an action involved. The next one is auto. So auto is actually really good because this will actively sort of recognize the environment that it's in and then turn it off when it's not needed. So if it's in a dark place or if it hasn't moved, it'll sort of just turn it off because it can recognize that it's not sort of working. So if I turn it off, you can see that the screen's on, but if I cover the proximity sensor, you can see that it turns off. So that could be a really good thing for you to activate, especially if it's going into pockets or into bags. Sort of covering the proximity sensor, you'll see that always on display sort of powers down and turns off. And then you can do things for like new notifications. So, or you can put it on schedule. So if you want to sort of conserve that battery, the other ones around auto or always, will be the way to go. Okay, jumping out of there and back into device care. I want to go into battery. And what I think is important is around charging settings, because whilst this has got a 5,000 milliamp hour capacity battery, you don't always have to charge it to that level. Now, this one isn't necessarily about making the battery last longer in terms of usage time. It's more about extending the life of the battery over the course of ownership. Now, people will say, yeah, you've got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Why can't I just charge it to that? Well, if you're going to use this phone for 7 years, then you might just want to extend it out. So under battery protection, you can see there's some options here. So basic, when you are charging it, and most people will charge it overnight, when it hits 100%, charging will stop. And then when it gets down to 95%, it'll boost it back up. That's okay. It's good if you are someone who's quite vigilant about taking your phone off the charger, but maybe misses it by about 5 to 10 minutes. But the other two, adaptive or maximum, that will actually work smarter. So adaptive will base it off your sleep time. So if you sleep through the night and you wake up at a certain time, it'll charge the battery to a certain percentage and then boost it but just before you get up. And then maximum will just stop charging at 80%. They used to be 85. So they've dropped that to 80. Whole purpose of that is that that last 20% is kind of where the degradation of the battery sort of starts. So limiting it to 80 means that you'll get a longer lifespan. And in 3 years or so, if you're still using this phone, your battery will last longer than someone else who's maybe not used battery protection at all. Next, we're going to look at the display and adaptive brightness. Now, a lot of people like to manually control their own brightness, and I get it. Like, whatever, that's fine. But adaptive brightness for me is the best way to ensure that the phone uses its smarts to intuitively adapt to the environment. So if you're someone who goes outdoors a lot, it's going to push the brightness quite high with adaptive brightness turned on. The way you can turn adaptive brightness on is if you swipe down from notification panel and hit the 3 dots, you'll see adaptive brightness there. And the way basically this will work is if you cover, like, and take the phone into sort of darker, dimmer environments, you can see it actively now bringing down the brightness, and then it'll boost it back up when it's back into the lighting condition. Now, if you're always outdoors, that might not work for you. You might turn that off. But if you are someone that's in a lot of different environments, having the brightness be varied means that the phone will actively lower the brightness and then lower the power consumption that the display panel uses. So right now, I'm in indoors sort of lighting, it's not going to be set too much. But if I take this outside, then obviously that's going to boost. So it'll balance it nicely for you. Of course, you can turn it off and manually adjust it yourself. However, if you do manually adjust things yourself in here, it will learn that over time. And when you are in the lighting environment similar, it will change it to that brightness. So adaptive brightness, I think, is a really good one. And the last one is something that I see too many people doing, but it's a bit of an off take, a bit of a hot take. Don't close all your apps. Leave them all open. In the background here, you can see I've got multiple sort of apps open. Leaving them open is better because the RAM is storing them at a certain point and the processor has already gone to the effort of loading it to that point. If you close all your apps, the app will then have to open from the beginning and then use more power to get it up to speed. Whereas if you just leave it open in the background, when you go back to it, especially frequently used stuff, I should add, that will mean that the phone isn't going to be using enough as much power. You actually get less battery consumption out of it. Please don't close all apps. And to sort of go with that, in device care, there's a setting that you can sort of have monitor. If we go into battery here, background usage limits. So any unused apps that are maybe sitting in the background can be put to sleep, which means that, and you can see deep sleeping apps, which means they're not going to be using any sort of background power. And then frequent apps that you use can stay open. There's actually a really good tip, which I'm going to add in right now. So for example, if I wanted to keep an app always open in the background, there's up to, I think, 5 with phones with 12 gig of RAM, where you can hit keep open and then it'll lock it. So even if I hit close all, Samsung Notes that I'm using as an example will stay open. Firmly believe that's a really good option for you and something you should consider when it comes to saving battery. So they are my 5 tips for saving battery on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let me know if you were using any of those yourself. Obviously this phone with such a big battery, you want to make it last. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV. One UI 7 is not far away in terms of the beta, so this is the place you want to be. Go check out all our other S24 videos and other Samsung tips that we have, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.